Fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you are working on and work alongside while I chat. Or alternatively, you can treat this as a podcast and just listen while I chat. Today, I'm going to be working on my Coliseum. This is a make market kit. So let me zoom into where I'm going to be working and I will be right back. All right, let me get started here. So let me just jump into what's been going on in my regular life. Not a ton, just like last week. We did finally get our new swing for our outside gazebo, which I love. We actually got the swing and we got a new cushion for it. So rather than just being a plain old swing to swing on, we got a cushion that's a little more padded for us. Because I'm short, when I sit in it, my legs are right at the edges of the seat and it's uncomfortable sometimes. So I'm glad we managed to find a cushion for it that makes it a little bit more comfortable. Hubby also couldn't resist buying a new dog bed for the dogs. So the dogs have a new dog bed that goes outside. They are still deciding whether or not they like it. Oscar has decided it's okay. Sable hasn't made up her mind yet. I'm going to give her a few more weeks and then we'll see. But I guess at least as long as Oscar is using it, it's all okay. Our plants are growing really well this year. We planted those Butter Crunch, Butter Crisp, I can't ever remember what it is, lettuce, and they seem to be growing really, really well. So I'm hopeful that we'll have some of those to harvest, and our peppers are starting to get little buds on them. So I'm hoping that we'll have a nice harvest of peppers too, because hubby and the youngest like putting peppers on everything. So if we have peppers that we don't have to pay $6 for 3 peppers, then I will be happy because that's a little pricey. I did also make a new area, or set up a new area, I guess, for filming so that I can do more face-on videos rather than just always overhead videos. I'm going to have to slowly work my way into those, I think. It's a little more complicated to film and set up and all of that, so yeah, you may see my face a little bit more in future videos, but like I said, I still have to work out how all that's going to work, and I need to learn a new editing program. I can use the one I've got for now, but if I want to do some of the more fancy stuff that I'd like to do, I need to learn how to use the other one. The one that I bought like 6 months ago, a year ago, and haven't used since then. Yeah, I have some learning I need to sit down and do. It's always easier to learn when you're doing something, though, I find. I mean, I usually learn better when I read, but these days it seems like hands-on is easier for me. My brain just remembers it better that way for some reason, which is not how it used to be. Things change as you get older, I guess. Go figure. All right, what else? Oh, I got some new stuff because I was setting up the new filming area, so I have a new little cube storage shelf thingy. I bought some cute little items to put on it, so you'll see those if I get some filming done up there. It's also upstairs, so maybe it'd be less noise for some things. We moved the cedar chest around, and I moved this storage shelving where I have my diamond painting kits stored. I was afraid it was going to make the room look too crowded, but it actually opened it up and made it look a little bit more roomy, so I'm pretty happy with it. Even with the new furniture that we added in, it still looks good. So that was nice to know. Sometimes I have ideas like that and then everything goes south because it won't fit the way that I want it to. We also, because I was moving things around, we ended up finally hanging up some of my pictures and diamond painting stuff that I had sitting around. So that was nice. I always feel like when you hang stuff up, that makes it feel more cozy and more like home, less like a bachelor pad. Bare walls just make it feel less inviting, I think. Or maybe that's just me. But bare walls feel like, oh, I'm going to be moving soon. Why should I bother hanging anything up? At least to me. Maybe that's not how it feels to everybody else. Maybe I'm just the weird one. Anyway, we moved everything out of the way, so now I have another space to film. So I'm going to practice film a couple of videos first and see what I think of them. And probably practice using the new video editor and see how that works as well. I'm just so comfortable with everything that I'm doing right now because I've been doing it for so long that Hard to get yourself out of your comfort zone, you know? All right. And then I think the last thing I wanted to tell you guys was I'm still working on my blanket that I've been crocheting. Hubby's already called dibs on it once I get it finished, but I think it's going to look really good. We'll see how good. Since I'm not following a pattern, I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. But it's not a difficult pattern, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. All right, I think that's everything that I wanted to tell you for my regular life. So let's move on to my diamond painting life. What's been going on in my diamond painting life? Still working on things, as you can see. I've got this one and the Christmas one that I'm hoping to finish this month. The Christmas one I'm close to finishing, but I needed a break from it because I just needed a break from it. It's so big and so much confetti that some days I look at it and think about doing it and my brain rebels and goes, nope, not today. But I am close. So I'm confident that I will get that one done by the end of the month. And then I can start working on this one full time and hopefully get this one done. Because once I get this one done, I would like to start working on some of those Hobby Lobby kits that I purchased. More impulse purchases, you guys. I'm so bad at that. I'm going to say my husband encouraged me to buy those because they were so inexpensive. $5 a piece, can't turn that down. So I didn't. And as several of you pointed out, I noticed it in the back of my brain but didn't really think much of it. The birds one, the second one that I unboxed, is not a true full drill kit. The drills are going to get placed more like a partial, just kind of following the pattern of the design rather than following a grid, which is fine with me. I've done partials like that before and they work fine. So I don't think it's going to be an issue, but while I realized what people were saying once people were pointing it out, it just didn't register as something different. Probably because I had my mind on something else. I'm really bad about that. Be talking to someone, but my brain is 10 steps ahead thinking about something else, so I'm not really paying attention, even when I'm talking, which is even worse. Anyway, so I don't think that's going to make much of a difference, but maybe it'll make the kit go faster since it'll feel more like a partial. I don't know, I'll have to see. But definitely there have been days that I needed a break from the big, huge Christmas kit that I'm doing. Although I did enjoy having a Christmas in July kind of thing and doing that. So maybe that's something to think about for next year. I don't know. Oh, speaking of next year, I asked you guys last time, I think it was last time. I've slept since then, so who knows? I think it was the last Whip and Chat. I asked you guys whether you wanted to do a diamond paint along every other month or every month. And the consensus seemed to be every month would be fine. Now, that doesn't mean you have to participate every single month. There were a couple of people who were like, oh, I can't, I'm too busy for that. If you are, that's fine. Again, these are just diamond paint alongs so we can all have fun diamond painting about the same theme. This is not meant to stress anybody out or make them feel bad because they're not participating. That is not the point at all. But the consensus was that every month would be fun. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing that I did for this year, which is put up polls on the channel and have you guys vote for themes for each month. So what I'll probably do, because I have to put up a separate poll for each month, so rather than listing 12 polls all at once, I'll probably do 2 or 3 at a time and let everybody have a chance to vote. And then the next week I'll put up 2 or 3 more, and so on and so forth until we get all of them finished. And I will try to remember to put reminders in the Facebook group this time so that everybody will have a chance to vote on everything. So that's where things sit as far as the diamond paint alongs for next year. We're gonna skip December because December is just too busy for everybody. So I just made the executive's decision that we're gonna skip December, but we'll do a diamond paint along for the other months. I guess I don't need to do 12 months. We're skipping December, and also I'm going to keep June as DP for pets, and I'm going to keep November as DP for veterans. So those themes will already be picked. So that's 3 out of the 12, so that only leaves me 9. So if I do 3 at a time, then I'd only need to post 3 different times. That works. And again, this is just meant for everybody to have fun. If you can't participate or you're too busy, please don't feel bad. Just join in when you can. I just like seeing everybody's pretty pictures that everybody posts in the Facebook group. So I live vicariously through a lot of you. While I'm working on one particular kit, I can see all of the lovely things that you guys are all working on. Because some of you guys diamond paint a lot faster than I do, it seems like. So like I said, if I manage to finish the Christmas in July kit, then I'll work on this one. And if I manage to finish this one, then I'll probably do the flamingo one and try and finish it this month. I don't know if I'll be able to manage finishing 3, especially with one of them being that big, huge kit in a month, but I'm going to try. So that's what's going on for next year. Then I unboxed my new bottle set, which I was really disappointed in because I really wanted it to hold all 63 bottles. And I had people tell me that I put it together wrong because they saw other people do it and they had managed to get all of their bottles to fit. If I didn't put it together, I could fit all 9 bottles in each row, but they were tight. And if you pulled out one, more than one came out. Even not put together, they still didn't work the way they were supposed to. And I had my husband take it apart and see if he could see a different way to put it back together. We measured the bottles to see if there was a difference in the size of the bottles. They had different numbers on the bottom, so we tried sorting them according to that number. Nothing we did made any difference. We couldn't get all 9 bottles to fit. So there must just be some differences in manufacturing. And I happened to get one that the tolerances were off or something, and it just didn't work as intended. I'll still use it. I just have extra bottles now, which is fine. I'll just use it with the 54 bottles, which still means that I have plenty of kits who have less than 56 colors or 54 colors that I can use it with. So it's not a loss or anything, but it was kind of a bummer that it didn't work out the way I intended. Oh, somebody also said that the rows hold the Elizabeth Ward containers nicely as well, so I plan to try those out. And then somebody else said that the regular bottles that come in, like the 60 bottle cases that we all used to get, work well with it too. So I'm going to try both of those and see how those work and see how many of those I can fit in. Now the Elizabeth Ward ones, the smaller ones wouldn't work, but any of the other 3 sizes would work, I think. The small ones would fall too far down. You'd be digging them out all the time. But I can see how the other ones would work. Making lemonade out of lemons, as my uncle used to always say. You guys, I feel like this is going to be a short whip and chat because I'm already running out of things to say. I did make notes this time, so I'm not flying without a net, but that makes me feel even worse because I wrote notes down and I still don't feel like it's going to be long enough. Because if I film 45 minutes, usually about 25 of that is usable because I pause or I cough or I sneeze or somebody loud drives by. And I try to edit all those annoying things out. I'm sure you guys don't need to listen to me cough or sneeze, blow out some poor unsuspecting listener's eardrum. All right, what else? Oh, I think I mentioned in the unbox when I was unboxing all the stuff from Hobby Lobby that I didn't know they didn't carry Diamond Art Club anymore. I guess they still do. I went to go get online to look for links to the kits. And when I looked up Diamond Art, their Studio Delight brand came up, but so did Diamond Art Club and Diamond Dots. Now, that was just on their main website. So at first I was like, well, it's because it's in America and I'm in Canada. But I was in the Bangor store and they didn't have anything except for the Hobby Lobby brand. They didn't have any other diamond paintings. So I guess they do still carry them, but maybe just not on the East Coast. Is that a thing? Is there a reason why certain stores don't have them? Maybe it's up to the managers what they carry and what they don't. I don't know. I should have looked online to see what they still had, but I don't shop at Hobby Lobby very often. I don't think they'd ship to me here in Canada anyway, which is why I usually get everything from Michael's because there is a Michael's Canada and I can get stuff from them. The other thing that you guys commented on a lot this week was my unboxing of my pressed and placed, because I didn't remember doing some things. So apparently you can pay extra for an upgraded toolkit, which is why I got the extra little pen set. I don't remember doing that, but apparently I did. Now it says it's $10 US. I want to say it was $20 Canadian, which seems a little pricey. The conversion rate is not that high. It's not double. I could have also, I guess, bought a second thing and gotten free shipping, and then my money would have been spent on kits rather than on shipping, but I didn't pay enough attention to that. And then one of the options on there is that you can get what it calls painted edges or the legend on the canvas. And I don't normally paint from a legend. I hardly ever refer to legend. In fact, most of the time it's covered up with washi tape. I diamond paint by symbol. So I picked the painted edges because I could see that on my order, but I didn't know what that meant because it didn't really explain it. It just said, here are your options. And since I didn't think I wanted, in my head, painted edges meant that it was going to be colored somehow. So the painted edges would act like a mat if I wanted to frame it at a later date after I finished it. In my head, that's what it meant anyway. Turns out that's not actually what it meant. I mean, maybe that is part of the intended purpose. I don't know. I might have known some of that stuff if I had watched somebody else do any of the unboxings for it, but I don't watch a lot of diamond painting YouTube, and I have seen a couple of people do unboxings for pressed and placed, but I didn't watch them because both of them had purchased the same kit that I had, and I thought, well, I'm going to be doing my own unboxing of that, so I didn't want to watch those two. But it does look like it's going to be a cute kit, so I can't wait to see how it turns out. It's so nice to be doing all of this multi-placing after dealing with all of the confetti in that other kit. I actually didn't realize this section was going to have this much multi-placing in it, because the other places I've been working on, the other parts of this row, were not this much multi-placing. I also have purchased a new kit from Mystical Dream Diamonds, or Mystical Dream Designs. I can't ever remember. I think it's Mystical Dream Diamonds, and I called it Mystical Dream Designs last time. I think it's Mystical Dream Diamonds. You guys can correct me in the comments. I'm pretty sure it's diamonds, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I've ordered a kit from them. It did not arrive in the same condition as the other kit from Pressed and Place, thank goodness. So this weekend, while hubby is watching racing and football and baseball and soccer, I can be working on this one and the other one and trying to get them finished. We didn't plan to go anywhere this weekend. We just kind of stayed at home, which was nice. All right, you guys, I think this is going to be one of my shortest whip and chats ever. I apologize for that. However, I just don't have a lot going on because mainly I've been working on that giant kit that's full of confetti for Christmas. I do think once I finish it, though, I am going to get it framed. Now I got to see if I can find an inexpensive frame for it. And then it will be one of our Christmas decorations. Because it is pretty cool now that I can step back and see some of the details of it. It has been fun going along as I've been working on it to be like, what is this? Oh, it's a dog. And then there was something blue. And I was like, what is this? It's hanging out of the dog's mouth. Oh, it's his leash. And there were nutcrackers in there I didn't realize. In fact, I just came across another one yesterday that I didn't realize was in there. But it did cement again for me that I definitely prefer the fairy dust drills to AB drills. They're just a lot easier to work with for me. Plus, I like the way they give off that subtle shimmer. Once I get it finished, I'll have to show you guys the difference where I put the fairy dust versus where all of the ABs are. I mean, the ABs are nice and shiny and they look good. It's not that they look bad, just that I prefer working with the fairy dust. Also, I reported back last week, but I think I want to report back again in case some people missed it. Right now I'm using my DAC tip, but I have been using the Forever Young tip, and it works pretty much exactly the same. I don't know if it's exactly the same size or not, as far as like the width of the walls and all of that. I didn't measure it to that detail, but it fits in my hand and it works pretty much exactly the same way as this tip does. So for those of you who were interested in trying it, I think they're worth the money for whatever my opinion is worth. I think I'm gonna stop there because I really don't have anything else to talk about. I got quite a bit done, even just in that little bit of time that I talked. It's amazing how much faster it goes when you multi-place. Don't forget that I'm going to be posting voting sessions here. I may wait for, if I start doing it in August, maybe September. I don't know. Anyway, well, I guess the earlier I do it, then the earlier everyone else can plan. Excuse me while I think out loud and argue with myself. Okay, so we'll say in August, I'll just make an executive decision. In August, I will start posting the polls for the Diamond Paint Alongs for the coming months of 2027. You guys, again, how is it almost 2027 already? This is crazy. Where is 2026 going? Anyway, I will start posting those. I'll try to remember to post something on Facebook to let people know that I'm posting the polls. So I would appreciate if as many people voted as possible, because then I get a true representation of what you guys want as themes. As usual, there'll be 4 themes for each month to pick from, and whichever one gets the most votes will be the one that we do. I'm going to try and mix it up, so I've added in maybe some ones that you haven't seen before. So yeah, I look forward to having a fun and exciting 2027. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you know how to vote. All right, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of this short but rambly video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads and when the polls get posted. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.
What are you doing? You being a good boy? A little bit windy, as you can hear. But Oscar's trying out his new dog bed. Still not sure if he likes it.
Are you sleeping, Sable?